Yeah, the problem is simple actually. There is a ratio 2 is to 7. That in the sense we need to consider those terms as what? Like 2k and 7k. Okay. If 3 is added to the right, not like that. First quantity, right? 2 by 7. Okay. See, then we need to change, like we need to 3 is added to the first quantity, and what quantity we need to add from the second to maintain ratio as constant. And that's why you just add 3 for the first one, 2 plus 3 divided by 7 plus I don't know how to what to add. So 2 plus 3 divided by 7 plus something, and that is again equals to 2 by 7 as the ratio remains constant. Okay, see, add 3 for the first quantity and add some unknown value for the second quantity so that the ratio is same. So you need to simplify it. So this implies you need to do cross multiplication. Okay, 2 plus 3 is 5 and this is 7. So 5 sevens is what? 35. And this is equals to this side 2 times of 7 into that question mark what we need to find. And now think about that. 2 sevens is what? 14. And 2 into question mark. We need to find that question mark, okay? So we need to simplify. That implies 35 is equals to 14 plus 2 times of the question mark. To find that unknown question mark value, send this 14 this side, it becomes 21, and that question mark value as 21 by 2, and which is 10.5. So if 3 is added to the first number 2, then we need to add 10.5 for the second number to get the same ratio again, 2 is to 7. Is it clear? I have a ratio 2 is to 7 and I am adding 3 for the first number, and I am going to find a number what we need to add for the second so that the ratio remains like 2 by 7. So that's why 2 plus 3 divided by 7 plus question mark will give us again 2 by 7, and on simplification you found that unknown question mark value as 10.5. Okay. The ages of a father and son are in the ratio 9 is to 1. Okay. After 5 years the ratio is 4 is to 1. We need to find the son's age. Okay. So how to do the problem? You just look that the ratio is given as 9 is to 1. So let the father's age as some 9k and son's age as some k, because the ratio is 9 is to 1. And after 5 years, so we need to add 5 for the both the quantities. Is it right? After 5 years, father ఏజ్ పెరిగిపోయి సన్ ఏజ్ పెరగకుండా ఉంటుందా? కాదు కదా, ఇద్దరి ఏజ్ 5 years రైజ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఆఫ్టర్ 5 years the father's age is 9k plus 5, whereas son's age is again k plus 5. And after that 5 years their ratio is 4 is to 1. That means the ratio between these two numbers is given as 4 is to 1. So therefore 9k plus 5 divided by k plus 5 is equals to 4 by 1. And then you just do cross multiplication. 9k plus 5 is equals to 4k plus 20. Is it right? 1 into 9k plus 5, 4 into this k plus 5 is 4k plus 4, 5 is 20. So I need to find k, send this 4k this side, it becomes 5k, 5 that side 15, and k is equals to 3. So since k is equals to 3, you just replace k is equals to 3 in this above values, then you will get that father's age is 9 into 3, 27 years, son's age is 3, just 3 years. Our intention is to find the son's age. We don't know father's age as well as son's age. Since I have the ratio 9 is to 1, let it as 9k and k. After 5 years, both the quantities will rise by 5. So 9k plus 5 by k plus 5 is 4 by 1 as mentioned. If you cross multiply, you will get k is equals to 3. Then at the end, father's age is 27 years and son's age is 3 years. Just have a look and I will go for the next problem. Just observe that x by 7. See, x by 7 ratio between x and y is given, and the value of this expression in terms of x and y is asked. Okay. And here a relation on a and b is given, and the ratio between a and b is asked. Okay. Both the problems are, see, if and only if situations. Okay. If a direct ratio is given and a value of the relation is asked. If a relation value is given and the value of the direct ratio is asked, and these two we need to do. Okay. First of all, I am going with the b. Okay, no problem. I will solve b first. See, 2a plus 17b by a plus 4b is given as 3, and we need to find a is to b. So just do cross multiplication, okay? I think you all know it. This 3 is nothing but what? Actually 3 by 1. 2a plus 17b divided by a plus 4b is equals to 3 is nothing but 3 by 1. And if you do cross multiplication, what will happen? This 1 into this numerator is just 2a plus 17b. Whereas 3 into this denominator you need to multiply. Crossing, okay? 3 into a is 3a plus 3 into 4b is 12b. Right. Now, see, collect a's one side and b's another side. There is 17b, so send this 12b this side becomes minus 12b and send this 2a that side becomes minus 2a. So that implies 17b minus 12b is equals to 3a minus 2a. Yeah. At the end, what is the 17b minus 12b, which is 5b, and that is equals to a. And I need a by b. A is to b is nothing but a by b. So send that b that side. 5 is equals to a by b. Or you may say 5 by 1. Then it is very clear that a is to b is equals to 5 is to 1. Just have a look there. If this quantity is given like 2a plus 17b by a plus 4b as 3, then at the end a is to b value is 5 is to 1. So for this type of problems, the idea is cross multiplication. Then it's other action, other side of the problem. If x by y is equals to 6 by 7 is given, then what is the value of this x square plus xy by y square minus xy? Then that's what you need to think. First of all, go with a screenshot of this 7b and then try think about 7a. Right, 7a. X by y is equals to 6 by 7 is given. Right. Then what is the value of x and what is the value of 7 y? See, no need to, don't take directly as 6 and 7. Actually the task is different. Since x by y is equals to 6 by 7, you just take x is equals to 6 into some k, y is equals to 7 into some k. 6 into something and 7 into something actually. Again the ratio is asked, so you have a chance to take them as 6 into 1 or 7 into 1, no problem. If they are not asking us to find the ratio, then you feel some problem there. See, x is equals to 6k, so take that k as 1 and take that k as 1. So this is equals to 6 and this is equals to 7. I am taking that k as 1 in this case. But in some problems, another information is given, they mention you another information related to find the value of k. But here no other information is there, and that's why I am taking as k as 7. And now this value is just nothing but x square is 6 square plus xy, 6 into 7. Y square is 7 square minus xy, 6 into 7. 36 and 42, okay? 36 plus 42 divided by 49 minus 42. On simplification, this is 78 and this is what? 7. So at the end, your value is just 78 by 7. Just have a look. Eighth point what we are going to discuss is that the annual incomes of two persons are in the ratio 8:5. Okay, and their expenses are in the ratio 7:4. Income, and then expense, and then savings. The problem is related to the income, expenditure and saving. Incomes are in the ratio 8:5. Expenses are in the ratio 7:4. And each of them saves 3,000 rupees. We need to find their annual income. Okay? Right. First of all, there are two persons and their incomes are in the ratio 8:5. You just let the first person, person 1 and person 2. And for those two persons, income, actually I don't know that income, but the incomes are in the ratio 8:5. So if the income of first person is 8x, then income of second person is 5x. Because the ratio is 8:5, you need to take the values as 8 into something and 5 into something, and that's why 8x and 5x. Whereas expenses, see, expenses are in the ratio 7:4, so let them as 7y and 4y. And then savings, As per the problem, each of them saves 3000 rupees. So 3000 and 3000. That's the information given. And now you just think about the problem. Yeah, income, expenditure and saving. Okay. See, I think you know that income. So మన దగ్గర ఉన్న అమౌంట్ లోంచి మనం ఖర్చు పెట్టేసి తీసేస్తే మిగిలిపోయిందే కదా దాచిపెట్టేది. That in the sense, income minus expenditure is always equals to saving. Income minus expenditure is equals to saving. So from this first idea, income minus expenditure is equals to saving 3000 rupees. So 8x minus 7y is equals to 3000 rupees. And from the second person again, income minus expenditure is equals to saving. So 5x minus 4y is again 3000 rupees. So as per the question, the savings of both the persons are same. That in the sense, this income minus expenditure is same for both the persons. Therefore 8x minus 7y is equals to 5x minus 4y. So send this 5x this side, 7y that side. 5x if it comes this side, 8x minus 5x is equals to 7y, going to that side it becomes 7y minus 4y. This is 3x and this is 3y. 3 will get cancelled. You left with x is equals to y. A good thing here, okay? X is equals to y. Since x is equals to y and I need to find annual incomes. Incomes means 8x and 5x. I need x, but I have a relation between x and y. So use this relation to find x. That in the sense, y is equal to x, right? So write x in the place of y in the first or second equations. If you write there, see at the end what I have is 8x minus 7y. 8x minus 7y is again x is 3000 rupees. So x is equals to 3000 rupees again. X value is 3000. Since the value of x is 3000, person 1 income is 8 into 3000, 24,000. Person 2 income is 5 into 3000, 15,000. And that's the problem. Okay, once again look there. Incomes ratio is given. So 8x, 5x. Expenditures are given 7y and 4y. Their savings are given. So let them as 3000 and 3000 as per the given. So income minus expenditure is equals to saving for everybody. So income minus expenditure is 3000. Income minus expenditure is 3000. Since saving is same, equalize these two. X is equals to y. Use y as x in the first equation, then x is equals to 3000. After having x, easy to mention incomes. So income of first person is 24,000 and income of second person is 15,000. So there is a bag and in this bag some coins are there. Okay. See, if you observe those coins, the coins may be 1 rupee coins or maybe 50 paisa coins or maybe 25 paisa coins. And if you count the number of coins, the number of coins I don't know, we need to find the number of coins, but as per the problem, the number of coins are in the ratio 5 is to 6 is to 8, but the total amount is 210 rupees, amounting to 210 rupees. Okay, yeah, see, value of each coin, and then see, value of each coin as well as number of coins. So amount. Okay. See, you just look there. Value of each coin. That in the sense, how many coins are there? There are coins of 1 rupee and there are coins of 50 paisa means half rupee, and then 25 paisa means 1/4 rupee. So half rupee coins are there, 1/4 rupee coin is there, 1 rupee coin is there. The coins are in the ratio 5 is to 6 is to 8. Let 1 rupee coins as some 5k. See, 1 rupee coins you just take it as 5k, half rupee coins 6k and 1/4 rupee coins 8k. What is the amount from those coins? Amount is equals to the value into the number of coins. Okay, is it clear? For example, I have 5 1 rupee coins. What is the amount? 5 rupees. How we said? 5 into 1. Is it right? For example, I have 100 50 paisa coins, half rupee coins. 100 half rupee coins will give us 50 rupees, right? How it is 50? Because we multiplied that 100 into 1/2, right? So in the same logic, with the same idea, Here we have a chance to write that amount, okay. 1 rupee coins will give us 5k rupees as the amount. Half rupee coins will give us, we need to multiply these two. 6 into half, 3k rupees is the amount. And 1 by 4 rupee coins will give us 8k. So 8k coins, and each coin cost is 1 by 4. If you multiply these two, that amounts to 2k rupees. 5, 3, 2, and if you add, then that is total amount is 10k rupees. Since the total amount is 10k rupees, you just equalize the 10k with the total amount, and that k value is equals to 21. That's what we need. Since k is equals to 21, then 1 rupee coins. How many 1 rupee coins are there? Then at the end, number of 1 rupee coins is 5k. So these are the answers I am saying here. Okay. 1 rupee coins are 5 into 21, 105. Half rupee coins are 6 into 21, 126. 1 by 4 rupee coins are 8 into 21, maybe 168. At the end, totally the points are, see, 106, 126, see, 105, 126 and then 128. Those are the number of coins in the bag. Is it right? Just have a look. See, total amount is given as 210 rupees. So we need to count the amount from 1 rupee coins, which is 5k. Amount from half rupee coins, which is 3k. Amount from 1 by 4 paisa coins and 1 by 4 rupee coins, which is 2k. So this total amount is 10k. But as given it is 210, so k is equals to 21. Since k is equals to 21, it is very easy to count the number of coins 1 rupee, number of half rupee coins, number of 1 by 4 rupee coins. Okay, that's the problem. Just have a look there. They ask us to give the number of coins of each type. Then the number of coins of each type are 105, 126 and then 128. That's the problem.